Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome for another lesson of English, this time for first pack. We will start with an important lesson in our Moroccan system and in English. It is the conditionals. Of course, we will start from conditional 0. So this lesson is from Unit 8, our cultural heritage, the first pack. Alright, and of course I'm with you to teach you again. So let's start. We'll start first by studying some examples. I want you to pay attention and use your brains. Open your ears, open your brains too, and think wisely of what you're going to see. Okay, let's go. So, I have water. If you heat water, what happens when we heat water? So if you heat water, what is this? Boils. It boils. If you heat water, it boils. This is something that happens all the time. Like, we cannot say if you heat water, it doesn't boil. It boils. Right? Okay. We can also say water boils if you heat it. Water boils if you heat it. It doesn't boil if you just keep it there. Next, this is a glass and this is a hammer. A glass hammer. What are we doing here? We are heating glass. So if you hit glass, what happens? It breaks. If you hit glass, it breaks. Or we can also say the glass breaks if you hit it. Nothing will happen to the glass if you just keep it there without, hitting it. But if you hit glass, it breaks. The glass breaks if you hit it. What is this? Especially that is something famous on Instagram and another app that I won't mention. This is a switch. If you flip the switch, I believe it's a song. If you flip the switch, what happens? This is a bulb or light, a light bulb. The light switches on. If you flip the switch, the light switches on, or the light switches off if it is on already. If you flip the switch, if you turn on lights, the light switches on. The light switches on if you flip the switch. Okay? Now here, look, we have here 5 sentences. If people eat too much, they get fat. If you touch a fire, you get burned. People die if they don't eat. Snakes bite if they are scared. If babies are hungry, they cry. We're using 2 colors, of course, for some specific reasons. What I want you to do is to try and look at these sentences and answer these questions. How many clauses are there in each sentence? In which tense are the verbs conjugated? But sir, what is a clause? We've already seen that. I'm sorry, sir, I don't remember. All right, no problem. So, a clause is a group of words that functions as one part of speech and that includes a subject and a verb. Okay, or we say a predicate. That is most of the time a verb. So when we have subject plus verb, or subject plus predicate, it is a clause. Sometimes the subject is omitted, but we understand from the meaning of the sentence that there is a subject. Okay? So, how many clauses are there in each sentence? Very good. We have two clauses. Two clauses. Clauses in blue and clauses in red. Blue, red, blue, red. Makes sense, right? That's why we have blue and red. Now, in which tense are the verbs conjugated? Where are the verbs first? Okay, let's go through the verbs. We have eat, get, touch, get, die, don't eat, bite, are, and cry. Which tense? In which tense are the verbs conjugated? The verbs are conjugated in the present simple. Excellent. In the present simple. Let's carry on. Okay, now here we have two sentences that we have already seen. If you hit glass, it breaks. Water boils if you heat it. Okay? What I want you to do is to study the sentences and complete the chart below. We have if clause and we have result or main clause. Okay? Yeah, of course, the ones in blue are the if clause. The ones in red are the result or main clause. See, if clause, result. If you hit glass, what happens? What is the result? The result is it breaks. Okay, what is the most important thing here is breaking glass. That's why it is the main clause. We don't always have the if clause first. Sometimes the result or the main clause comes first. But it is a result. Results are always come second or after we do something. In a sentence, sometimes it may come first. Okay? It's still a result, but it can come before the if clause. Or we say also the conditional clause. Okay? This and this. All right, I will give you roughly 1 minute. Well, 1 minute is too much, 30 seconds. Try to complete this. Okay? It's very simple. I've already helped you. If subject, just add one thing or two. Tick tock. Okay, let's start with the if clause. So the if clauses we have here: if you hit glass, if you heat it. So what comes after if? You. You're not going to write you here. It's a rule. It's a grammatical rule. What do we write? Subject. If plus subject plus, it is a clause. We should have verbs plus verb, yes. In what tense? Verb in the present simple. Plus, of course, an object or complement, glass or it. But not all the time. Sometimes the object is omitted, of course. Now the result of the main clause or the red clause, subject plus water boils, it waits. Subject plus verb in the present simple. And again, sometimes we can have an object or a complement. Very good. Now this is like a little summary of conditionals. Just from the examples, you can probably deduce the usage that I'm going to explain. So, if you heat water, it boils. This is an if clause, and this is a main or result clause. We're talking about conditional 0. As I said, we can also start with the result or the main clause followed by the if clause. This is the grammatical rule, of course. We use the present simple. We sometimes can also use the present continuous. Okay? The present continuous can also be used. For example, if I am studying, I never check my phone. Okay? So the usage now. When do we use conditional 0? What do we use conditional 0 for? We use conditional 0 for things that always happen if something happens first. Causation. Okay? We've already talked about causation and correlation, especially, and you've seen that in biology a lot. So things that always happen if something happens first. Sometimes we call it scientific truth. Okay? حقيقة علمية أو حقيقة مطلقة. If you heat water, it boils. It will always boil. Okay? You cannot heat water and expect water to turn into ice, to freeze. It boils all the time. That's why we use conditional 0. Or for instructions and advice. Okay, if you want to give advice, if you are sick, visit a doctor. Okay, this is an advice. This is an instruction. If the door is closed, call me. For example, if one doesn't work, add try to. We use that in mathematics a lot, okay? Especially in projections. And for personal truth, something that you know it is true all the time. Okay, it is personal. For example, talking about myself, if I wake up early, I know myself. I do that all the time. Okay, if I wake up early, I have a large breakfast. If I wake up early, I always have a large breakfast when I wake up early. Okay, this is 100% true for me. That's why it is personal true. Or for example, if I play PUBG with Khadija, I always win. I always win if I play PUBG with her, or when I play PUBG with her. She never wins. This is something I'm 100% sure about that happens all the time. Okay? Now we will do some exercises. Complete the 0 conditional sentences with the verbs in brackets. Okay, what I want you to do now is to click on pause the video, do these 7 exercises, 7 sentences, okay? Don't take too long. All right, welcome back. Let's start correcting. So the first one, if we have I and we have go. On a boat, I always feel sick. If I go on a boat, I always feel sick. Subject plus verb, verb in the present, simple. The teacher gets angry if we not work hard. Isn't simple? If we don't work hard. It's easier to sleep if you're not verb to be, if you are not stressed. His mother gets annoyed if he is late. Number 5, if a word I look it up in my dictionary. I look in my dictionary or I look it up in my dictionary. If I don't know a word, I look it up in my dictionary. They play football if they not have any homework. They play football if they don't have any homework. And the last one, if you freeze water, it turns. If you freeze water, it turns to ice. This is a scientific truth. Okay, let's do another exercise. Here we have some words. I want you to try to make a zero conditional sentence using these words. For example, water, boil, heat. Water boils if you heat it. If you heat water, it boils. And pay attention to punctuation, please. Okay? For easy sentences, try to use your brains and form conditional or zero conditional sentences. Okay? Pause the video again, please, and come back for the correction. All right, welcome back. Let's correct together. So we have ice, float, you drop it in water. So, what happens to ice if you drop it in water? It floats. So what can we say? Ice floats if you drop it in water. Or if you drop ice in water, it floats. Which means it stays up. Okay, it doesn't go down, it doesn't sink. It doesn't sink, it floats. Second sentence, you not eat, you die. I've already seen this sentence. What happens to you if you don't eat? So, if you don't eat, you die. Very simple. Can we say, if you don't die, you eat? No. How about if you eat, you don't die? This is not true, because many people eat and die. We all are going to die, whether we eat or not. So if you don't eat, you die. Third sentence, my daughter eat too much chocolate, she gets sick. She's unlucky, huh? So, if my daughter eats too much chocolate, she gets sick. This is a personal truth. She knows her daughter. Each time she eats too much chocolate, she gets sick. So that's why she says, if my daughter eats too much chocolate, she gets sick. I don't. Number 4, you lost, ask for help. This is an advice. What do you do when you are lost? If you are not very shy, you ask for help. So if you are lost, ask for help. You're giving advice to someone or giving instructions. If you are lost, ask for help. Okay? And now this is the last exercise. This is your homework. You have 8 sentences. Try to form conditional zero sentences using this. I wake up late. I'll be late for work. My husband cook. He burned the food. Julie not wear hat. She get sunstroke. Children not eat well. They not be healthy. You mix water and electricity, you get a shock. People eat too many sweets, they get fat. You smoke, you get yellow fingers, or if you eat maca. Children play outside, they not get overweight. Okay? If you don't understand a word, look it up in your dictionary. Have a great day. Stay safe. Stay home. Take care of yourselves and your closed ones. Do the homework, and of course send it to me either through Telegram, Facebook, or if you are not one of my students, try to comment down below, either on Facebook or YouTube, if I upload it to YouTube. Okay, bye bye. See you in another lesson. Take care.